favorite part of the job, right?
It's all to us. I know you missed us.
Come on now. Did we think the result, anything different?
Herb, number two, what can you just share about, the process of changing and all that and how that went with Dejounte?
Well, once I saw the trade happen, I knew, we'd have to talk about it at some point. And so I think I had to have just gotten back from a workout. But when I got back, I had looked at, what jersey number he wore in college, and I saw he wore number 5. As long as I could remember or seeing on the internet. And so, when he reached out about it, it was kind of, a no-brainer. Like, I figured he had a deeper meaning behind why he wore number 5. And I didn't ask about it or anything. I just assumed it. And I wore number 2 in high school, so when I found out number 2 was available, I was like, you can pretty much, you got it. Like, I'm not really tripping about a jersey number.
And, just getting to know him in general and, seeing his game a little bit, what are your thoughts on getting to play together?
It's going to be fun. I know he loves to compete, and that's pretty much, that checks, all the boxes for me. As long as you love to compete and you love to win, I think, we'll be good.
I know you've always told us, you're not big on the individual accolades, and it's kind of weird seeing everybody campaign for you as much as they have. But once the news finally came out that you did get first team all defense, what was that day kind of like for you?
Well, I was here in New Orleans. Once I was playing a video game, and my cousin came into the room and told me, the news. I started getting a lot of calls. After I stopped, answering the calls and responded to everybody, I got right back to the video game. It was, it wasn't really it wasn't. I didn't go. Because I can't remember what day it was, but I didn't go do a huge celebration. I felt like just getting that award, was enough for me. And I kind of just stayed at the crib and kept doing what I was doing.
And that was before NCAA came out, right? So what was you playing, Madden? Or?
Oh yeah, I was on Madden.
And just for you, what's the progression you want to take going into the year for? Where do you see your game improving going into this year?
I'm just trying to, become a more consistent and efficient player, all across the board, and also improving, being a leader, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I'm just trying to help guys, whatever ways that they need help. I want to be able to help whoever that needs help, get better. And I think a lot of it, will start with, showing up every day and my teammates knowing that, they're going to get the same guy every day, no matter what part of the season we're in, from day 1 or game 1 until, game 82. I want to be the same consistent dude every day.
Just a few moments ago, Dejounte was talking about how he wants to challenge you to really grow your game, just more than just transition, more than just going out there and defending, but like he says, you can do anything on the court. Just what do you make of him having that level of belief in you?
I appreciate it. I kind of try to take what the game gives me. I try to be simple, but just having that confidence poured into you from your teammates, I think goes a long way as well. So to hear him say, he wants me to go out and be more aggressive and expand my game means a lot. And I'm gonna continue to work on my game to be able to go out and do those things confidently.
You were just a couple of shots, really, over the course of the season from being a 50, 40, 90 guy last season certainly everybody points their attention to your defense, but where do you think you are heading into year 4 with your offensive game, and how important has that become to your development in the offseason?
I mean, it's always been important. I wasn't a great shooter, and I knew it'd take time to be able to go out and knock down shots. I didn't set the bar to being a 40% three-point shooter, but with the work, I don't think anything is impossible, and that's just how I approach it. And this year, I'm not setting a bar, to shoot 40% again. I'm gonna just continue to work hard every day and take the open shots, take the good ones confidently.
There's going to be a lot of small ball this year. Just have you had conversations around what your role might be in that, and defensively, whether they might ask you to guard some bigger players, some fives, and that's the.
We haven't talked about it much at all, but I mean wherever they need me to, whatever they need me to do, whoever they need me to guard, I have no problem with it. I'll go out and do my best, regardless of who the task is to guard. It really doesn't matter. As long as the group that's out there understands the assignment, I think we'll be okay.
Herb, as a follow-up to that, as someone who thinks the game really well, that sees it out there when you're out there on the court, what do you think of the potential of this team to be able to carry out small ball and be successful? A lot of people point to the way Oklahoma City played last year. You guys think, even though you don't have a traditional center that's been a starter because JV's walked out the door, that you guys will be fine, that you can play small and still be racking up the wins?
Yeah, I think so. And as long as the entire group believes it, and we go out and compete every night, I think we'll have a chance at being really, really good.
What boxes do you think you have to check? A lot of people point to rebounding. What do you see?
I mean, rebounding is a huge piece, when you're playing small. But at the same time, if you're playing small, I think, you got to shoot a lot more threes just because you don't have that, I won't say paint presence, but it's not, it was small, it's not JV, so we'll have to probably shoot more threes and just compete on the defensive end.
When you look at you and Dejounte on the perimeter, there's maybe some, I know it's lofty, but you think about the great duos on the perimeter that we've seen, Kawhi and PG, Jordan and Pippen, those types of things, being able to really shut people down. How much of a luxury is that to have you guys when you don't necessarily have the shot blocking presence defensively to be able to shut down people on the perimeter and stop them from getting into the paint initially?
Yeah, I mean, if you keep guys out of the paint, it really doesn't matter about a shot blocker, if you can keep them out of the paint. And that's really hard to do in the league. But I do think, having a guy like Dejounte is going to help, tremendously, just because, he could be guarding the best player. I could be on a guy that's not super involved offensively and kind of roam around. Or, we can switch those roles and he could do the exact same thing. So I do think, it's a huge plus for our team. And I'm super excited to, see what it looks like.
I did want to ask you this too. You came in as a rookie in your role to fit in, and you fit in on, especially defensively. Going into year 4, what kind of role have you assumed off the court for this team in the practice court? Has that changed as you've matured as a player?
Somewhat, but I mean, I think my role is just bringing the energy every day, trying to keep everything positive regardless of how bad things may seem to, people on the outside looking in, but just keeping the group, tight-knit and close. I appreciate it.